What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Tweets of the Week, the show where you tweet it and we speak it. But firstly, we got a panel today. Firstly, I'm joined with my brother from Rest Things, Anafi. Anafi, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. The weather's nice. What else is there to miss out on? So yeah, it's all good, man. How are you,
Yeah, we've had it decent this past few weeks.
bro?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Excited to kind of get into this new format of this show that we're rehashing and kind of delivering as a podcast.
Mm.
And also joining us today, our boy Darren from the Discord, Darren
Yeah,
from Lost in the Burger Sauce podcast. Darren, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Same as Anafi, man. Just enjoying the weather, enjoying life. Happy to be here. Hope you guys are good.
yeah.
All bless, man. All bless. So, as we do this, right, we're gonna pull up tweets and we're gonna see what the people are saying from. I was gonna say the WWE universe, but I guess it's the pro wrestling universe.
Mm.
See what everyone's saying, and we're gonna chat through some of these tweets. Some of them are a bit hot take-ish. Some of them are controversial. Some of them are the truth. So we're just gonna pull up and see what is being said. Of course, everyone hit the like button, subscribe to Rest Things as well if you're new to the channel. And we're gonna jump into this first tweet. This is from at Wrestle Ops, often delivering news, and it's taken from Kay Adams, who interviewed Cody at the Fanatics event. The tweet itself, Cody Rhodes says that we are at the tail end of his run as a babyface. He was basically saying in this interview that the the fans are beginning to change their tune. He's done as much good guy stuff as he can, and like he said, he's at the tail end. Kay in the interview did press him and be like, "So when is the turn coming that I need to prepare
Mm.
myself?" He didn't indicate. He said, we might be a year away from it. We might be 3 years away from it. But he said he's at the tail end of a baby face run. Darren, we'll start with you. Is it time to turn Cody Rhodes to a heel?
Uh, I wouldn't say it's time because I think there's still, I'd probably say there's still a lot more for him to do. But then at the same time, like, is there really credible heels, or like one big credible heel on the roster? Like, if you like the Seth Rollins stuff, great. I don't particularly at the moment. But yeah, there's not really like a big kind of. I don't really want to use Roman Reigns as the example, but like a Roman Reigns-esque heel where it's like dominant, like got the WWE in the palm of his hands type thing. So maybe we do need him. Maybe he does need to turn.
Anafi, go on.
Number one, he's lying. Cody Rhodes is the biggest liar known to man. This guy is lying. He's not turning baby. He's not turning heel for no one. Let's stop the cap, man. Let's stop the cap. Number two, in a world where we're full of heels, it doesn't make sense for him to be a babyface. I mean, in the sense where, what am I saying? It doesn't make sense for him to become a heel. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say.
When everyone's a heel.
There's too many heels right now. There's way too many heels right now. Like, who is gonna like replace that? I can't trust LA Knight to do that. I can't trust anyone. Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface right now. For him to turn heel, like, it doesn't make sense. Unless John Cena, I don't even know. Even if John Cena turns heel, like, turns face, like, it doesn't really make sense to me.
The thing is, I think you're right in saying that he's gassing, because I think if he was going to turn heel, he wouldn't come out here and just say,
Mm-mm.
oh yeah, that
No.
my babyface run is coming to an end. Like,
Mm.
at the same time, we have heard the reactions or some of the reactions to Cody Rhodes. That booed at WrestleMania, if I think I'm correct in saying that. Like the reactions are slowly changing around him. When before, even the sarcastic fans, you wouldn't see them booing Cody Rhodes. Like, everyone was in his corner to finish the story, and once he's done that now, that's when it's like, okay, cool, he's done that. Wash my hands of him. I can start changing my tune when it comes to Cody Rhodes. But like you're saying, he is printing money for the WWE. Like, I can't
Yeah.
see why they would want to. But then on the other side of it again, if reports are to be believed, The Rock was about to turn this guy heel.
Yeah, that's true.
He said no. John Cena was the next option.
Didn't they say they were going to
So
revisit that as well, like
potentially,
down the line? So maybe this is what he's alluding to, isn't it? I don't know.
No, man. For me personally, like,
Mm.
I just don't feel like it makes sense, man. It's forced. They had the time to do it. If they'd done it during that time where, like, things are happening at WrestleMania, I would have been gassed. But having it now, I feel like it's forced, bro. I'll be real. That's just me.
For me, I would say though, if Cody Rhodes was allowed to be the type of heel I've seen Cody Rhodes be on the Indies and in New Japan, and before he made AEW, and he was a babyface in AEW, though it was a bit of a rejected babyface. Like, Cody Rhodes has something special as a heel. Like, in terms of like a nasty, dastardly heel. He had at the time Brandy Rhodes at his side. He had the Bullet Club behind him and all of that kind of stuff. Like, he could be an epic heel if allowed to do it. But it's like that whatever he has to do to get him to the point of being a heel would have to be crazy,
Yeah.
because this guy is so loved right now.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't even know what that dastardly act could be, because, and even if you look at the way wrestling fans are these days, it's like, look what John Cena done to turn heel. But John Cena was getting flipping cheered on SmackDown the other night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are fans part of the problem in terms of when we come to our baby faces and heels, would you guys say?
Big time. I said on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, I don't feel like it's possible to be a big heel anymore because the fans will always cheer you. Obviously, during the times we have Stone Cold and Triple H, obviously they'll get some sort of like cheering, but it's not how it is compared to it now. Like, it's like proper, like, the fans are booing the babyface and cheering the heel all the time. That's meant to be a
Yeah.
one-off thing. It's meant to be like a once in a blue moon. It's like, oh wow, like with Hogan and
Even
Rock.
like a WrestleMania thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like a WrestleMania Hogan
Yeah,
and Rock.
like
Like, it's meant to be one of those ones. But now the fans are just booing the good guy all the time, and it's like, why are we doing this? Like, they say, go on, Cena. What do they say? Come on, Cena.
Come on,
Cena
Cena.
sucks.
Yeah,
Make your
let's go,
mind up.
Cena.
What are we doing here? Are we sucking John Cena or are we cheering him on? Honestly, pause. Pause. What is the truth though? Are we telling John Cena that he sucks or are we trying to big him up? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's a confusing time.
Yeah.
Darren, are you done with Cody Rhodes being a babyface? You want him to change this character?
um I feel like in terms of like switching things up and to be able to see what it would look like in WWE, it would be great. But I can't really see them doing it, like, as it doesn't really make sense from a sort of WWE perspective. But yeah, to switch things up and to, because with Roman Reigns, I guess, being a face now, you need, one really top guy being a face, one really top guy being a heel. One thing I will say is that if Cena hadn't turned heel, and let's say, I don't know, he's won the title and he's a babyface coming close to the end of his time at WWE, then if Cody Rhodes had turned heel like then and like taken him out and retired him, that could have been sort of like big enough to sort of warrant him going from a face to a heel. But outside of that, I can't really see a scenario that would be like, yeah, okay, this makes sense for Cody Rhodes to turn heel.
None.
Yeah, you're right.
None whatsoever.
I think going back to what Lloyd was saying, we've got a lot of heels. We're very heel heavy right now at the top of the card. And even some of them, man, that are supposed to be heels, like a Seth Rollins and stuff, are being cheered basically. Like, people are still singing Seth Rollins' song and stuff like that. Yeah, I think if Cody was to turn, you would have maybe Jay as a top guy. Maybe by the time it happens, Sami Zayn's been or is a world champion, so you might have Sami as a top guy, as a baby face. That is, I don't know the rest. LA Knight for sure. Then if Seth's faction is still around, if they're not, Bron Breakker might have broken off, might be a baby face, but I don't know. Then the rest would probably be nostalgia kind of guys or mid carders. Randy Orton would be a face, but that's old school stuff. Like, yeah, I think right now, whilst we have a credible top guy that's a baby face, we should just keep going on the Cody train. But ultimately that's what he said. We are going to keep going, but he feels he's in the September, as they say. He's in the September of his babyface run, and it's coming to an end. So I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. What?
Do you know what's the maddest thing about this whole thing is that if Cody, like you said, Cody was a great heel during Ring of Honor and doing stuff for the Bullet Club in New Japan. If Cody did turn heel in this, like, say next week, he'll be a better heel than John Cena already. I can already see it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna either dye his hair black. He's probably gonna wear suits the whole time, look like a flipping kingpin, and it'll be sick. But yeah, for now, I think they need to probably like reverse a few people. Some people need to be born again. Then Cody Rhodes can now join whoever he wants and stuff, man. Because even look, the Oracle's heating up. The Oracle could possibly take over the whole of WWE pretty soon. So it is, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have said it yet. Maybe just to get out the fans. Like that Fanatics show thing, everyone's just shouting crap over there. I can't lie to you. Everyone's just sending Jews over there. So, yeah, man.
Crowd. Well, we've mentioned Seth Rollins, and you've just mentioned the Oracle, which is the reported new name for his faction. Let's talk about Seth Rollins a bit. We had this tweet from at All Day Z77. Seth Rollins is one of the best to ever do it, one of the greatest in WWE, but he's the kind of star who just can't carry a brand. He struggles to be the main guy. Every time WWE tries to position him as the face of the company, it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Anafi, I know you're a Seth Rollins fan.
Big Seth Rollins.
What's your opinion on that? Like, is he like top guy, main guy? I think the word is main guy. Is he main guy material or nah?
The thing is, he can be, but the problem with Seth is that whenever he can be the main guy, there's always that other guy that's above him. He's got that. Who can I compare it to? Back in the day, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. It's that. Macho Man is here. Macho Man's up. What Hulk Hogan's got the star power that takes him to the other level. So it's that sort of syndrome in it that he's dealing with in it. So, but yeah, I think Seth is one of the best in the company. He does well. He delivers a good match all the time. Whenever I watch him, I don't think I've ever seen a dead Seth Rollins match in a very long time. A match that I watch, I'm like, this is dead. But yeah, like he's got that syndrome where it's like second, the bridesmaid. Can I call the bridesmaid or the group? What's it? Not the bridesmaid.
Never the bride.
Yeah, the bridesmaid, man, and it's sad, man. So, but yeah. But
what do you think, Darren?
Okay.
No, honestly, the same. That's what I was going to say. There always seems to be bigger stars whenever he's put in that position to try and sink or swim. And it's unfortunate for him, but because I don't think his wrestling ability isn't good enough to be there. I think his character work can be sort of here and there. Like a lot of, at the moment, a lot of his most recent character has been his theme song. And pretending to be the Joker. Like, there's not always too much substance with Seth. Sorry. So yeah, it's just similar to Anafi, always the bridesmaid. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's life in it.
I saw this comparison. I can't take any credit for it. I saw this comparison online the other day that Seth Rollins is basically like the modern day Chris Jericho. Like a top guy, very like high up and well heralded by his peers and all of this kind of stuff. Obviously, I'll probably say a better wrestler than Jericho. Not that Jericho's crap, but just a better wrestler. But someone that just reinvents himself, but someone that's never truly given the baton as the top guy. He's just like, say, one of six, and not the true one. What's your thoughts on that?
The thing is, Chris Jericho might be a good shot, but I'm thinking like the time Chris Jericho was trying to pop off, bro, he was surrounded by goats, like not goats, but like big guys like Triple H, Undertaker. So he's the pecking order. He's literally pecking, going down.
Right. So we got Roman, you've got Punk, you've got Cody. Isn't it a similar situation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then also for Seth, like he had that injury after he won the world title for like the first time, right? Off the sunset flip, and that obviously like
Chisholm.
That, yeah, like who knows what could have happened if that didn't happen to him at that crucial stage.
You lot are right in your assessments and stuff that you know, bridesmaid, never the bride, always someone above him and stuff like that. You know what? I think all that's correct. I think part of it as well is that Seth Rollins is too available. I think Seth Rollins, he's always there,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
don't get the opportunity to miss him. Like,
Mhm.
you know how it is, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Well, yeah.
Take him away for 6, even when you talk about that injury, right, where he went away. Do you remember the night he came back when I think Roman was champion? Extreme Rules, I want to
Is
say.
that
Was it
when
when
Dean
he
Ambrose
won?
won the title as well? Was the money in
I
the
think
bank?
that was the pay-per-view afterwards.
Maybe after. Okay, cool.
I think it might. I think it was Extreme Rules when Roman was celebrating, and this guy jacked to the gills, just slid into the ring, stood behind Roman. The place went crazy.
Crazy, bro. Yeah.
We haven't seen that enough because, you know, touch wood, he stays healthy and stuff like that. So people don't have the opportunity to miss him. He doesn't really, you know, obviously he tried to do this Captain America thing. They cut his role from that, unfortunately. Like, he doesn't really have any other massive endeavors or anything that takes him away from being in ring. He just wants to be a pro wrestler. And maybe that is part of the thing that doesn't make him a superstar, because he wants to be a pro wrestler. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
He's just always there. Like, I can't miss the guy. He's always there. Like, so
Remind me, when after WrestleMania 40, he had that injury, right? Where he I think he done something to his ankle. When did he come back again? 'Cause I remember he shaved his beard and he came back. How long was that?
I'm pretty sure. Didn't they launch the new world title after that? After WrestleMania 40, and he won it first.
Wait, the world heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Like, he went into WrestleMania with that title. He beat Drew.
Oh yeah, of course.
He had a
Of
match. He
course.
lost against Drew.
Yeah.
So he had that injury. He done the beard shaving thing. Then he came back.
Yeah, he came back relatively
fast,
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2-3 months max.
Yeah. And it wasn't
He's available. I think that's what it is, really.
Maybe he needs a movie to go do and be away for 6 months and then come back. Like,
Maybe.
yeah. I believe Seth's gonna be red hot though. Pretty soon. He's gonna be red hot pretty soon. We're just getting
I hope so.
They need to make a turn on this faction, because I don't think the faction is red hot just yet.
Yeah,
like
it will though.
Yeah, it's we'll see with Seth Rollins, because definitely a big talent, definitely one of my favorite performers in WWE, but yeah, he's never gonna have that icing on the cake role. You can clearly see they trust him bare, like, but it's just like, we just trust him to be there and help the top guys and produce top guys. And yeah, are you ever going to be the main guy? Probably not. He doesn't. Does he have the aura to be a main guy?
I think he does. But like I'm saying, it's that syndrome.
I don't
bro.
want to sound a bit crazy, but the aura is in the other side of his family, you know.
Oh, Becky.
I hear it.
The United's even peak from. I believe Seth can do it, man. It's just yeah. Maybe I believe Seth could have done it before, but for now, it's like, yeah, the way he's like cemented himself in this whole thing, like, we're having to live with it now. You know. Hopefully, this whole Oracle, like I said, the Oracle thing, hopefully it heats up. But even when it does heat up, if Roman just comes out of nowhere, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're 3-0 up, yeah. They bring on their best striker. He comes and bangs a hat trick. Now you have to work hard again. So
I think if the the fans and the rumors are true, that if Sammy's going to go on to face Seth Rollins for the world title at Mania next year, I hope it's a main event. I hope Seth gets a singles main event against Sami Zayn. On paper, like, me even just saying that, it doesn't maybe sound like the most blockbuster main event that you would do at a WrestleMania. Maybe it's a night one main event type vibe. I don't know. But I think if we have, which I think definitely needs to happen because the Rock stuff doesn't look like it's coming to fruition anytime soon. If we have Roman versus Seth Rollins, like, I think these two can get a good story, and maybe Rollins get some of the Roman rub in terms of that superstardom, and they can have a massive like main event. I don't know, for a title or non-title, I don't know, but I think that's got to be a WrestleMania match that is looked at very fairly soon. to kind of put a bow on that. Roman's never beaten Rollins. Like, so when he does, I think WrestleMania should be a fitting stage.
And that should be Roman's last match.
Before what?
Before he leaves. Before he's done and goes to Hollywood, bro.
What, retiring?
Yeah, I think Roman's close to retiring. I think Roman's done.
I mean, he alluded to it the other day in that Vanity Fair article.
Yeah.
And said, I'm not trying to wrestle past 40.
Exactly.
And he's 39 now.
Yeah, so it's done.
Yeah.
You know, that could be it. That could be the spark. And after that, Seth's gone. It could be.
Maybe. We'll see. A bit of a light-hearted one. At Cairo Vision, he says, I like when people use wrestling terms for stuff that has nothing to do with wrestling. It's so funny to me. Darren, what is your wrestling term that you may use in real life?
Recently, it's been the word mark. Like calling someone a mark. And obviously, most people wouldn't get it, but it's just, for some reason, I've just now started to say it a lot. I think, probably just that one for now. I can't think of it on my head.
Mark. And Arfi?
I say working. The Mandem are working. So, like, whenever we do like a BG or something, I see the Mandem like trying to, talk to a female or trying to, get themselves out. I say, you guys are really working tonight, aren't you?
The workers.
You're working the show, right? You're really working the show. So, yeah. Even I say over. I started to say that, but it's like, for example, we were talking about the other day. I think I was talking about one musician. I was like, bro, he's over, He's big right now. He's over. I'm like, bro, but the funny thing, they understand. Like, my friends understood what I was talking about. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. They didn't really like question me, like, what does that mean? So, yeah.
Fair play. I'm using heel a lot these days.
Jeez, that's straight wrestling vocabulary.
Yeah,
this person's turning heel on me. Like, I said it to my missus, like, if I'm falling out with someone, I feel this person's turning heel on me.
Those jokes, man.
Cool. Let's crack on with this one. At Big Van Kale, I don't think Jade will ever get it. That was his tweet. I don't think Jade will ever get it. He went on to say, decent match. This is in regard to Jade's semi-final match for the Queen of the Ring that she had with Roxanne Perez. He said, decent match. Jade has improved. I don't think she'll ever be truly good. And Alfie, what's your thoughts on Jade Cargill right now in ring and just how she's getting on in the WWE in general?
To be honest, we know, like, I feel like people are trying to Matrix, not even Men in Black, the whole thing. You see that flash thing they got? We've seen Jade wrestle in AEW, bro. She's got minerals. She can do it. I'm sure she's probably come to WWE and they're probably telling her to tone it down a bit. Don't show too much yet. Wait for the big time, and after you probably show too much. But I think people have been a bit too harsh as well. Second of all, I don't think Jade even wants to be there for long. I think she's here just to do this, and after that, she's in Hollywood, bro. Like, it's like, I don't think she's here for the long run. That's all. So people need to relax, let her do her thing. If it blows, it blows. If not, then she's off to Hollywood, bro.
She's already got a place, a role in an upcoming film.
Yeah, with Jonathan Majors, bro. So like, come on. She said she's gonna be in one Tyler Perry film soon, bro.
Darren, the people love a controversial opinion from you. So, is there one coming? What's your thoughts on Jade Cargill?
No, I wouldn't say I have anything controversial. I think with Jade, I feel like there's obviously going to be a section of people that, kind of feel like they have to say something on her. They have to comment on sort of her ability. I think she's decent enough in terms of where she's at, because I think she's only been wrestling 3 years or maybe 4 or something like that. So, for 3-4 years into the business, she's not that bad. But I think the problem is kind of in what Anafi said. That's if you've already got one eye on the sort of outside entertainment, like movies and whatever, and that that's something that she wants to do, it's does she have the appetite to actually want to get better? And if you compare where she was in AEW to where she is now, you could say that the level of improvement should have been, a lot higher than what it is. So Yeah, with Jade, I think she's decent enough, but if in the next, like, say, year or so, we still haven't seen improvement, then, for me personally, alarm bells would be ringing.
I don't personally think she's. I think she's trying to improve. She's trying to strive to get better, like everyone
Hmm.
does. But I don't think, like you guys are saying, it's like I'm not trying to be Kenny Omega. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
cut through.
that's
Like
it. Yeah,
I'm just trying to cut through, and I have seen improvements,
yeah.
albeit kind of marginal ones. Generally, I enjoy watching Jade because she's relatively quick. She's a lot of power moves and stuff. She
She's
wrestles
exciting.
as per her size, I feel like she does have like entertaining matches now. Some may say that could be down to her opponents and stuff like that. This match that she had on Raw recently with Roxanne Perez, she used to do a lot of training with Roxanne Perez in NXT, like off screen when she first came to
Yeah.
WWE when she was in the Performance Center. Roxanne
Hmm.
Perez was one of the people that was like looking after her. So this was them kind of getting to probably do a match that they've done before, in practice or whatever.
Hmm.
I know most people will be down on there was like a slight botch at the end where she done like a power bomb and then just like waited around as if she was going to do another power bomb and then
Hmm.
changed it to a jaded. And I think she done that. She not too long ago there was something that she
Yep.
done similar to that in it, maybe
Yeah.
literally like a matter of weeks ago.
Hmm.
And so I think there's these things, these kinks. One thing I've always said with Jade, and I remember when I was at Bash in Berlin, right?
Hmm.
I'm watching Jade on the apron. I was lucky to be in attendance, and you can literally see this woman thinking.
Hmm.
Like I think she's overthinking. And like she's thinking of
Hmm.
every spot and every move, and nothing comes natural and nothing's fluid. Um, but yeah, like you guys are saying, I think she's here for a good time. She's not here for a long time. She's just trying to cut through, feed her family, become a
Hmm.
massive movie star, and then maybe come back and do one-off appearances here, there, and so far it looks like the plan is working.
I think like what's interesting is that you can see that there's times in matches where like it looks like either she doesn't remember what she's meant to be doing or she kind of gets lost in it. And I think Earl actually brought that up, knowledge.
Mm.
Um, and then you can also see like in the match on Raw, Roxanne like literally has to shout to her what the spot is. And it's like when things go wrong for her, it's like her head just kind of sizzles and she doesn't know like what to do at all, as opposed to just, I don't think she's at the point where she can make it up as she goes along. It's very like, oh, I'm trying to remember the script, I'm trying to remember exactly how this match is meant to go. And without them regularly going on like the house show loops and stuff now, how is she really going to be able to get that kind of experience to iron those kinks out? It's, I don't know, the state of WWE at the moment has kind of put people like her in like a hard place.
I mean, I can't even imagine Jade necessarily doing a house show loop, even if they had one, just because I feel like her schedule is very much you're coming in, you're working specifically on a Friday, you
Hmm.
know, I think maybe not to kind of interfere with family life and stuff like that. I feel like
Yeah.
her schedule is very, very specific. So house shows, like it might, unless it's like Madison Square Garden, I probably can't imagine
Hmm.
her doing house shows. But yeah, I feel like Jade Jade is just doing what she has to do to get to the next spot, the next place. I mean, I don't feel like she sweats about any of this wrestling stuff. And when you see people come into the sport and like acclimatize and they start talking about other wrestlers and stuff that at least maybe people around them grew up on, and wrestling was always in and around them. You don't even hear Jade Cargill speak about any of that stuff. It's like this is literally a job to her, and she's just trying to make ends meet.
The mad thing, like even Bianca Belair had that as well. But I think Bianca Belair deep that she's actually sick at this. Like I remember there's a video saying how she never stopped wrestling. Her brother enjoyed wrestling, so when she saw pictures of like all these other big wrestlers, her brother's like, "Oh my gosh, you met this guy, you met that guy." This time she's like, "Oh, okay, you see it." So like, but yeah, Bianca's defo hit that. She's defo clocked it, but maybe Jade needs to be a bit more around. Maybe she needs some more mentoring. I don't know. But me saying that, I kind of feel like is kind of doing Jade a disservice because, like we said, she was in AEW. She was surrounded by good wrestlers and good people, you know, teaching her stuff. Like Punk was there, Omega was there, the Bucks were there. Like
They said Danielson was her
Danielson was there as
trainer.
well. I'm even better. So it's like it's I don't know whether I want to call it a drop off, but maybe she's just wrestling a different style that she was doing before. Like
Well, remember in AEW, she was never wrestling matches the length of time
time
that
that
she
she's doing
wrestles now.
now.
It
Yeah,
was all
yeah,
short
Very
sprints and
much squash
yeah.
matches. Like once every 6 months, she would have to wrestle maybe a 9-minute pay-per-view match, 12-minute pay-per-view match.
Mm.
But other than that,
She
it
has
was
to
just
fill
squash.
in all that space. Like you got a 10-minute match. How are we gonna get to the beginning? How are we gonna get to the end of this match? She has to try and fill in that match with low spots there. And I don't know, as a woman, of her height and her stature, like it's hard because she's having to, like, for example, if she had a match with Nia Jax, we know what type of match that's gonna be. That's gonna be straight boom, 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 done. But she's wrestling someone like for example, you said a Roxanne. Even this match with Asuka that's happening on Night of the Champions. I wonder how that's gonna pan out because Asuka's very like technical, but she's also a good striker as well. Whereas Jade is very like she's like a powerhouse, a bit of striking and stuff. So I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how the match is gonna go. I'm sure both of them will have. I'm sure Asuka will probably bring the best out of Jade Cargill. Hopefully,
Stylistically, this is the match I wanted: Asuka versus Cargill, because not to see her shuffle, but I want to see how Jade. I literally want to see if Jade is ready for Asuka. Like I literally want to see if she can handle what she's going to bring, sort of thing, which will be interesting. One last thing on this. Fightful had posted a story maybe about 24, 48 hours ago, that she was meant to be women's champion by now. The plan was, instead of her getting, remember the injury by Naomi,
yeah.
that she was somewhere along this line between when she got injured and stuff till now, maybe was meant to become women's champion. And then of course people have started saying that the whole injury angle was because they probably realized she's not there yet. Whether there yet is wrestling ability, whether there yet is having the fans on side, I don't know. And this is not what Fightful said. This is what fans are saying from that story. But from what Fightful said, the plan was that she would be WWE Women's Champion. She would have won it by now if it wasn't for the so-called injury angle.
I definitely see that because even before her even stepping into the company or even stepping into like a brand, she was going around bucking the actual champions. She was going to NXT meeting the NXT champion. She was going to meet SmackDown meeting the I think it was a champion then. I think was it Charlotte then? I can't remember.
It would have been Nia Jax.
Nia, in it, yeah.
She was
Nia
bucking them.
Jax.
She was meeting them little by little. So you kind of had the thing was like, this is where she belongs. She belongs in this sort of scene. But as time's gone on and she's been putting this whole program, like, don't get me wrong, the name Naomi and Jay stuff was probably that was a good story. But you can definitely see that they did. It's probably expect her to go in there, become a champion very fast. But that's why I was a bit more like, should she have started off at NXT? And it's not even a disrespecting. NXT is good.
Now, I mean, it was a conversation at a time, innit? But now, with the benefit of hindsight, after what has it now been? Well over maybe coming up to 2 years now, she's joined WWE. Right? She thinks she joined WWE like September 23. So, should she have gone to NXT? I would still say like the aura is beyond NXT. Like that's why you put her on the main roster. But yeah, to be honest, I think they handled her well. The tag team stuff with Bianca was very smart, although I think it stagnated Bianca. It was very smart as a place for Jade to kind of learn and hide almost, and just kind of manage her. And I guess from there, the plan was to build her into a single star where she wins the title. But even on that point, Darren, don't you think if she's to win the title within, what would that have been, a year plus of just being in WWE, isn't that the fast track to this woman's not going to stick around here anymore?
Yeah, she's out.
Yeah, that would have been 100% it. And I think she should have went to NXT because there's obviously women like Jordan Grace and Stephanie Vaquer who came in and went to NXT, and they're doing great right now, to be honest. But I think she would have benefited from being in NXT, being around the PC. Because I guess she was in the PC a lot anyway. But also doing, because I know NXT still do a house show loop, and maybe she wouldn't have done any of them. I would have put her on some of them personally, or at least talked her into it. But yeah, I think if it had gone the way that you said, a year or two after, she's probably looking at Hollywood very, very deeply.
Yeah, I think now knowing that maybe that was the plans, if as long as the Fightful report was correct, maybe we are seeing a situation. Maybe she beats Tiffany at SummerSlam. Naomi cashes in immediately, wins the title, holds the title until like Mania, and maybe Jade wins it at Mania from Naomi, and that kind of puts a full stop on their story that they're running right now. But yeah, I don't know how to feel knowing that Jade was meant to be champion.
Yeah.
The crowds would have eaten her alive, surely.
Yeah, but I think she would have. I think it would have been a good moment, and I think she would have, because you know what it is, like, it's what happens after, isn't it? I think what she could do after with that belt will probably be good. Aura there. Maybe she has to improve. She's gonna have to improve herself. She's gonna know that herself. She'll definitely try and improve. Like, I think probably. I don't know. I'm just speaking.
I say this, yeah, and I stick by it. I just don't think the crowd have any real feeling beyond for Jade Cargill, literally beyond Aura. Like they can see that they're wild when she comes out. What a specimen! And she looks great, a beautiful woman. This, that, and the other, right? To be fair, they were cheering her against Roxanne Perez on Monday Night Raw.
It was pretty loud.
Yeah, they really were behind it. To be absolutely fair, this might actually derail my entire argument, but like, I just feel like people, like with the Naomi stuff, is what I said this initially with. I don't feel like people had sympathy that Naomi took her out. Like people weren't like, "Oh my god, Jade got taken out,"
You know
or
why?
anything like that. Why?
Because it was more shock. It was more like, who done it? Like it went from being like, okay, what's the best way to say it? It went from being like, okay, cool, Jay's injured. Then it's like, then they went straight to murder mystery. So with that murder mystery stuff, we kind of like forgot that Jay's injured. It's like, the focus now is who's done it. Who's the person behind this? Is it Liv? Is it who else did they put there? Nia Jax, who is it?
Bailey, Naomi.
Yeah, so when she did come back, it's like, oh my gosh, she's back. But who done it still? Who done it? Then bam, we find out she done it. So not to be deep, but the sympathy that we had for her was gone time ago. We just think it's about who done this shit. Yeah, it's like, if like, for example, what's the word? If someone's house got robbed, we're not thinking about like from a small area. We're not thinking about. We'll think about the stuff in the house. We'll think about who done it. Let's go find the person.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
Like,
so
immediately you probably have sympathy, but then afterwards you're trying to figure out
who done it. Let's go find this person.
Yeah,
that was one of those, man.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll watch this space when it comes to Jade Cargill, but yeah, I think she's probably about settled with where she is and how she's progressing. Someone that's probably not settled, we'll talk about this tweet. There was an initial tweet from Yasin Warrior about what the fuck has happened to Ray Phoenix. And then a reply by Real Baul Zakaruga. Ray's popularity has always been based on his phenomenal athleticism and wrestling ability. That doesn't mean shit in modern WWE. Modern WWE audiences have been conditioned to only care about catchphrases and cool entrances, or as the kids say, hype moments and aura. Darren, the problem with Ray Phoenix is we have a comparison in Penta and how Penta's being dealt with and how the cards are falling for Penta. Like, before we get into that, what's your opinion on Ray Phoenix and how his life to WWE in WWE has begun?
Yeah, it's a strange one because I think even looking at Penta, I don't even really think it's the like Cerro like Miedo that's like, it's Penta that's popular, but obviously the fact that he does Cerro Miedo is like goes along with him. Phoenix, I'd probably say like, if you look at his stuff so far in WWE, it's not really been the same as obviously what he's done in AEW. So there's not really like an element of of like shock or like wow to him. So just from the matches that he's had so far, I've not kind of like watched it and been like, this is great, blah blah blah. Even like if you look at his debut, it wasn't like necessarily spectacular. And then personally, I don't really think his theme is that good either. So they're kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of like come into WWE at a deficit, as opposed to Penta, who came in straight away. It was boom, boom, boom. He's cool as hell. He's got a good entrance, good theme song, and it's just kind of gone from there. Oh, and he doesn't have a catchphrase, or he doesn't have,
Was it Animo? Is it Animo?
He says Animo, yeah,
No.
but that hasn't gone
It hasn't gone up yet, yeah.
I haven't heard one crowd member say it yet. So
He shouldn't be shouting anymore. He should be shouting inhumane.
Inhumane. Do you know what I blame it on?
Go on.
I'll blame it on the Raw. Like this might be like a cop out, yeah. But I can't like Raw's hot, man. Raw is hot, bro.
Yes.
Raw is hot. Like people would love to watch Raw. So I thought initially when they signed Penta, I thought after a while when Ray Phoenix comes, he's gonna go straight and join these Lucha Bros. They've teased it a few times, but I think if they probably came on the thing where it's like a Scorpio and what's the guy called again? Scorpion and what's it for Mortal Kombat?
Sub-Zero
And Scorpion. So if they're all on the same show, but there's like a Sub-Zero and Scorpion sort of feel, it will make both of them both go up in it. But with that being said, Penta did come before Phoenix in it, so I don't think that would have worked out. But yeah, I think Raw, him being on Raw might have helped him. SmackDown's kind of like, yeah.
I think you're right in the sense that Raw is just a hot show. Penta, if I'm right, debuted on the Raw
Netflix
debut, right? Or maybe the week after.
I think it was the week after.
The week after.
The second show, yeah, second episode.
Yeah. And presentation was mad. Entrance was mad. Penta just has so much charisma anyway. Like, man, all it takes is him to walk down that entrance away doing that walk, and I'm already smiling ear to ear. Like, I'm into it, sort of thing. And it's funny because in AEW, although that stuff was all cool in AEW, it wasn't the thing. In AEW, it was Ray Phoenix and his wrestling, and oh my god, how great a wrestler he was. Let's do Ray Phoenix versus Kenny Omega, Ray Phoenix versus this person, Ray Phoenix in ladder match, and like this is where Ray Phoenix's coin just shot through the ceiling, sort of thing. And now in a place where all that wrestling stuff is secondary, really, like the brother that is less talented, although Penta's still wicked. He's shining because he's got all the charisma and all the TV stuff, and Ray Phoenix is struggling on a show that has more time than Raw.
Then Ray Phoenix is up his Viva then. He needs to up his Vim. He needs to change something. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe he does another walk himself. I don't know. But he needs to, like, I've always said, when it comes to wrestling, I believe that everyone has a time. And with the time you've got, use that wisely. You could do whatever you want in that time, but just make sure it goes off. Or if not, just do something and it will catch on over time. Even the whole LA Knight thingy, what's it? Well, how can I forget? How can I forget that year thing? Yeah, when he first done it, I was like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And eventually, he got on. You see it, so you just have to think of something, do it. If he keeps singing "Animal," bro, I swear it'll go off. It will go off, bro. Keep doing it, bro.
I don't doubt it will. It's just, will it be enough? Like, I think the tag team stuff is coming. I think for sure they're probably looking at doing These Man versus New Day, and they're winning the tag titles. The issue is after that, where do they go in the tag division? That Raw tag division is
dead.
Is non-existent, really. Like the SmackDown one is trying to have a little division, but the Raw one is dire. But I just couldn't imagine I always knew Penta would do well in WWE just because of the charisma, but the gap is gapping between Penta and Phoenix right now, and I never expected it.
Yeah, big gap. But yeah, Penta's like, I feel like Penta's like coming even from that first show when he was in Mexico and he just came out. Was it Mexico? They weren't in Mexico, sorry.
What first show?
San Diego. Sorry, I think it was in San Diego.
Mm.
Second show. When he came out, the fans literally ate him up. Like his peoples were there, everyone was going like it was a proper thing. Like, but when he came on SmackDown, because probably SmackDown, you can miss SmackDown and watch it the day after. It's am I lying? Raw, sometimes you have to watch Raw. If there's something, you have to watch it live. But SmackDown, you can miss it and watch it the day after. So maybe that might have been another thing as well. But yeah, man, don't know. Like Raw is hot, man. That's what I can say. It's hot at AFM.
I think he definitely needs to establish himself. I think when SmackDown reportedly goes back to 2 hours in the next month or so, it's only going to be harder for him to get TV time.
Yeah.
So unless he moves to Raw, does the tag team thing with his brother, but yeah, it's it'll be very, very interesting. But yeah, I think they need to just give him matches. Like they gave Penta like quite a few matches, just let him go out there, wow the crowd and stuff like that. That's all Rey Fenix can do, really, to kind of buy himself, win over the crowd. So
the thing is, I think if like randomly he like opened a Raw, an episode of Monday Night Raw, even with or without Penta, I feel like he'd get a big reaction because it's unexpected. But like you said, like just Raw just seems to be better, whether it's the crowd, whether it's the actual show, whether it's the wrestling, whether it's the promos, it just seems to be better. So I think as long as he's on SmackDown, I don't know, it's bleak for him.
Yeah, it's difficult. There's just bare man. There's so many man and just only like a certain amount of positions. So it's difficult. It's difficult to book it all and give everyone an equal opportunity and stuff like that.
Is there like, you reckon there's a way? Yeah, because I remember like when I used to watch wrestling, when I used to watch but mainly the Attitude Era, there was a feeling. There was what do they call restore the feeling? There was that sort of feeling, yeah, during the Attitude Era where everyone was hungry for an opportunity, like whether it be an Intercontinental belt, USA belt, Cruiserweight belt, tag team belts. There was that sort of hunger. Maybe they need to reignite that hunger, yeah, and have everyone be like, I need to get a chance at something. Do you get what I mean? And maybe Phoenix can get into that, heat back up again. Because I feel like Raw slightly has that bit of like, there's a bit of hunger, like, I need to get a chance at something. Mainly with, I think, like, not tag team, but like other stuff. I think the tag team division of SmackDown, they've got that. There's that hunger there. But I think with the other stuff, they probably need to have that there. And that's where these other wrestlers that are like lacking can probably join that and try and get something to eat.
I think the better word than what you're saying than hunger is probably urgency.
Okay, yes, yeah.
On Raw, there is definitely an urgency. Like, and maybe it's because the show is 2.5 hours, but it just feels like bang, bang, bang. This is happening. That's happening. Someone's running over here. Someone's chasing down this person. Someone wants this guy's championship. Like, there's definitely more of an urgency to Raw than SmackDown. SmackDown, like, they're giving people 15-minute matches, and WWE don't even like wrestling. So why are you here trying to trick me with 15-minute matches, like, of people that we don't really care about, you know? So yeah, I think definitely there is that urgency on Raw and that hunger, like you say. But yeah, I don't know how that translates onto SmackDown. But you mentioned belts, and this is our last tweet for the day. This is from Andy H. Murray. Andy says, wrestling promotions should think about losing 2 to 3 titles before adding new ones. Every major company has too many belts, all of them. It leads to fewer compelling non-title stories and tiresome, why aren't titles X and Y on the pay-per-view card chatter? Because there are too many. So, Nafi, what are you saying? We need more belts or what?
No, I don't think they need more. I think we need more, like, people getting a chance to get these belts. Like hot potato a bit. Like,
okay.
Whether it be bring back stuff like Championship Scramble, bring back a TLC, a random TLC, bring back a cage match. I don't know, just certain things like I'm not saying for the Intercontinental, I mean for like US title, like whoever wins this battle royal gets a chance at the title. Like make some sort of like urgency or hunger for this thing, like ruthless aggression. We need that. We need that aggression, bro. I need to watch the SmackDown and be like, okay, cool, Jacob Fatu's got a title. Who's he going to defend against this week? Or who's up next, like, other than LA Knight and the same people that they keep refreshing all the time, Shinsuke Nakamura and these, man. Like, I want to see Otis get a chance, or I know Otis is on Raw, but if Otis can jump season and say, listen, I want to get a chance at this title, let me go and get a chance. You see it, like switch
But
up.
do you really want to see Otis get a chance at the title?
There was a time where I wanted Otis to win everything, bro. I don't know. I forgot when it was, but I was very high on Otis. I thought Otis was like, I think when he had the Money in the Bank. Was it Money in the Bank? No, that was dead. But the time I thought Otis was going to snap out of it and become a serious wrestler. But Otis is just like, that's just an example. In it, there's many wrestlers out there that I feel like can like benefit from just being put in positions where they're like, you know, I want to win this title. Like that hunger, bro. Like back in 2020, 2004, who would have thought Eddie Guerrero was going to beat Brock Lesnar and become a WWE champion? I need that sort of thing again, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
the Eddie Guerrero of them times is like the Sami Zayns today, the Jey Usos today, the guys that are on the cusp.
Yeah.
And will they get an opportunity? But as per Andy's tweet, this is all around, you know, we're talking about getting opportunities for the titles. Darren, do you think there are just too many titles?
Yeah, definitely. There's way too many because there's just not enough. If we just look at like pay-per-views, for example, at the moment, obviously in WWE, it's 5-match cards, and you know we've got what is it like? I don't know, 8, 9, 10 titles. You know, all of them aren't going to be able to be defended, and where you're going to fit in, like it says, the non-title stories. I think the men's side, they seem to manage to figure that out for the most part. There seems to be enough. But the women, it doesn't seem like they ever really get a non-title story on a pay-per-view or, you know, even just on TV. So they need to strip back loads of those titles. We don't need 2 mid-card titles. I don't even think we need 2 world titles, especially with, you know, the world heavyweight title being the here damn title. So, take some away, give people opportunities, give people actual stories that don't always revolve around the titles, or with the titles actually, you know, in the matches, etc. And yeah, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, once upon a time, AEW was the butt of the joke of having hella world titles. Everyone walks out and is carrying some championship belt, whether it was official to AEW or it wasn't. But now I think WWE has joined them in that, and probably more frustratingly, they're not booking the titles. They created at the top of this year women's mid card titles, and neither of them were defended at WrestleMania, your biggest show. Lyra was in a match, but it weren't for the IC title. She was just in some tag team stuff. Won the title and then lost it the next night. Like, I just feel like if you're gonna have all these titles, you better have plans for them. You know, book people into these certain divisions. Like you said, I would love a situation where the world title, the world champion, just like floated amongst Raw and SmackDown, like I think it was back in the day. I think 02 we had something like that, 2001, 2002, sometime like that. The IC belt and the US title belt should be the top titles for Raw and SmackDown. And you just have this world champion that just goes between brands, and that would surely give him, the world champion that is, or the women's world champion, him or her, more feuds because they've got 2 shows to
play around.
To play around with and pick people from. Whereas Intercontinental title all of a sudden will be elevated because that's the top belt on, say, Raw, and the US title the top belt on SmackDown. Like maybe one tag division as well. Like, I just feel like we're just doing too much, and it may all just be down to like things like merchandising. If we can make another belt, we can sell replicas or something like that. Like, because some of these belts they're not properly thought through at all. You can see it,
and you can see the lack of effort they put into some of them as well.
Yeah,
like they just basically copy and paste it and then just put women's on it, or you know, just change up the design slightly. Like
make the women's white, make the men's black.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the thing is, I do think it's possible to have all these titles and still make good stories out of them and make it work. Like, I'm sure Vince McMahon used to do it back in the day, but with the whole five card show, this thing and all that sort of stuff, it chisels everyone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They need to give us more matches, man. I'm not saying for like 1 hour, for like to the top point where like we'll go to sleep at 7 a.m. I want like just a few more matches where you're involved in these stories, bro. You have these titles, put them on the line all the time. If you're not gonna put them on the line, put them on SmackDown. Make them come out on SmackDown, so we're still aware of them. That's all.
But I mean, that's ultimately the problem. Like, Street Profits have won the tag titles, and since they've won the tag titles, they haven't been on any PLE.
Which is
They've just
terrible.
been defending it on SmackDown and stuff like that. So it's like, even to a point where obviously as fans we want to see, Montez Ford singles run one day. We want to see, in some aspects, people want to see an Angelo Dawkins. How would that go as a singles run? How are we going to get these people to that caliber if they don't even touch PLEs? Like, then they're never seen on what you guys are calling premium live events. They're not premium players. Then you can't tell me otherwise.
So I don't even think the New Day have been on one since they've won it either.
No.
Mania,
So,
they won it on Mania, and they ain't been on one since.
Yeah.
So the tag titles just being left off PLEs completely is crazy in itself, really. Like, that's the biggest kind of FU to tag team wrestling. Like, and it's been going on for months now. Like, there's literally a streak of how long they haven't been on PLEs.
Terrible.
So yeah, then I think this chatter came from, I think, AEW about to introduce women's tag titles, which they've been building a little division for over the last few months. And to be honest, since WWE don't want to do a good job with the women's tag division, I am rooting for AEW to do a good job, especially because AEW can take those belts to Japan. They can take them to CMLL. There's a lot of places where they can pull from for women's tag teams, as well as what they already have in Ring of Honor and AEW. So I hope if the rumors are true and AEW do bring those into play, they actually book them well. Because the talent, they've got more than enough talent.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think this means that they're going to do like a brand split? Because isn't that unified title supposed to be like a sort of world title?
this is what they said. It's a top
So
title.
with all of this stuff, I'm kind of thinking they must be doing some kind of like brand split.
I've been praying for this. Praying for this. When I first said it on the podcast, people were like, no, Tony Khan doesn't do that. AEW don't do that. It's time to have the brand split. We need to have some colliders away from the dynamiters, from the bombers. Do you get it? It needs to be split. Like, we've been waiting for this, man. And I think it'll make things more exciting. Much more exciting, man. Like, come on.
Collision was meant to be seen on par with Dynamite.
Yeah.
Whilst Rampage was meant to be whatever Rampage was.
Rampage was like Heat.
Yeah. But Collision was never Dynamite level, but it was at one point when they had Punk and they had the little soft brand split because certain man didn't want to speak to certain man. This kind of rubbish. Collision was a good show. And I think nowadays Collision has returned to being a good show. There was a part where it kind of lost itself. But yeah, I think if you want to have a top title and seen as a top title, it has to be on its own brand.
Yeah.
So send it elsewhere. Let the AEW World title be this whatever show's top. Like, just try it, innit? Just try it, because right now we've got Adam Cole on the Collision, and that's like the only belt that's ever on Collision, the TNT title. And he's just doing flipping 6-man tags every week in the main event. Like, it's absolute.
Tony Khan loves that, though. He loves that 8-man tag, 60-man tag, 50-man tag, 100-man tag, one gorilla tag.
All-star tag team. Oh, give it a rest, man. Like, they gave Daniel Garcia a new contract, slapped him with the TNT title, and then took it off him for Adam Cole. Adam Cole's now doing the same thing. Just get the belt on Fletcher. That's all you lot want to do, which is fine. Like, but yeah, these men are all falling foul, and the belts aren't helping. So if you're gonna have the belts, book them, in it. But yeah, I think that is the show. We wrap up here. That is tweets of the week. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Anafi, anything to plug?
Yeah, become a member, man. Darren's a member. Darren's been a member since we started since inception. So yeah, become a member, man, and like, subscribe, comment, keep sharing wrestling content. Subscribe to Mexican channel as well. Subscribe to Lost in the Berg Sauce as well. I need to come on your podcast one day, bro. Give us an invite.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be
definitely.
there. And yeah, man, check us out, man.
Darren, anything to plug?
Yeah, follow me on X. It's Darren EB1, and follow Lost and Burger Sauce. It's LITBS Pod. Yeah, and just catch me there basically. Shout out you guys.
Guys, we'll be back next week with a new episode of Tweets of the Week. We'll see you soon.